everybody, and welcome to this week's Cruise Chat. I'm Kathleen Penner, owner of Plenty of Sunshine Travel, and today I'm joined by Peter, and Peter is from Crystal Cruises, and I've met with Peter one other time before. If you want to go back and look at that, it's episode 15, but by all means, come back to this one because we've got some really great information for you. So over to you, Peter.
Thanks. How many episodes have you done?
This is number 41.
Holy, I thought you were going to say 115.
No, not that good.
Wow,
yet.
that's incredible. I'll tell you. Yeah, I remember when you first came to me when this all started with the pandemic, and you came to me and you said, this is what you're putting together, and it's been a success. Well, it's great. Thanks a lot for having me again, Kathleen. I really appreciate it.
It's great.
And we appreciate your support, and during this 16 months, I think, for us, when it first started. But
a lot longer than we thought with a 30-day pause, right?
Yes, exactly. But things are looking better, and we're looking forward with the more vaccines coming and lower case counts for sure. So I'm here. I'm going to really just talk about our expedition vessel, the Crystal Endeavor, but I just sort of wanted to recap what Crystal is all about. How are we different from some of the other luxury cruise lines? How are we different from some premium cruise lines and stuff like that? So the world of Crystal really consists of our two larger ocean vessels. We have our 5 river vessels, and we have our little yacht, as you can see at the top, our 62 guest yacht, which is what we did on, I believe, episode 15. We talked about that. Yeah. So today I'm going to talk just down at the bottom is the Crystal Endeavor. And she is our new expedition vessel that will be launching this July and just finalizing its construction at our shipyard in Germany. Wow. So like all of our brand experiences, ocean, river, yacht, and expedition, we have our brand pillars. And it's really important that Crystal, it's sort of like our mantra. With our mantra, it's all about service, space, quality, choices, and destinations. And it really comes hand in hand, especially now when space is such a factor. We've always had that. We've always had great guest to staff ratio, take for example, our river vessels, which are the same length as everybody else, but we're only 106 guests. We're not 130 or 168 or 190. So we already have that sense of space. And that goes with our larger ocean vessels as well. 800 guests, 900 guests on a ship that normally is 2,000. So having that sense of space. And of course, service, everything is taken care of. Great dining, lots of choices, which really makes us a great younger demographic in the luxury sector. So if somebody wants more of that all-inclusive, they don't want to go to bed at night, we've got great choices, especially on our larger ocean vessels with the multi-entertainment venues going on.
Yeah, I think small ship cruising is the wave of the future, pun intended on that one. But I think, just having that extra space just makes all the difference. It's great.
Absolutely. I think so. And we're sort of in a good position. I think all of the luxury cruise lines, the 5 luxury brands, are really all in a great position as well. So really the amenities and service across all of our brands. So we're all inclusive. So that really is all your alcohol and non-alcoholic beverages, specialty coffees, all your Wi-Fi, unlimited devices per stateroom. So usually it's just 2 people. You both can have your devices, signed in, as well as an iPad if you need it. With the amenities, we're open seating. So we're again going after that younger demographic, same as the Wi-Fi. The younger demographic likes to be connected, whether it's social media or working. Now, especially, people can work from home. So whether we like it or not, that's what we're doing. And of course, all your gratuities throughout the whole entire vessel. So in the bars, the restaurants, your stateroom attendant, even if you have a butler suite, it includes your gratuities for your butler. We always offer 24-hour complimentary in-suite dining, so we don't charge for any room service. Of course, daily housekeeping and nightly turn-down service. This Voluntourism, this is a really neat program we have. It's a You Care, We Care, and it's really big on our ocean vessels. Usually on every voyage, we offer a free excursion where guests can go and volunteer, whether it's painting a school or working in an orphanage. on a cruise I did in Barcelona, we went to a dolphin rehabilitation center. We did an orphanage in Vietnam. So you could be coffee picking and stuff like that. So working in a food bank, we've had that even in Vancouver. We had that in our Alaska season here, where the voluntourism on the longer cruise was working in a food bank. So I guess really like to do that. Yeah, it's really nice. And what's nice about with the excursions, you can sign up for them prior to departure and have that all set as well. On board, again, we have great, that luxury, status of the Egyptian linens. We have our pillow menus you can choose. So if people are hypoallergenic, or they only need feather pillows, or you need something else, they can revert to our pillow menu. Great TV on demand, complimentary movies to watch. And we also have free laundry on board as well. We have complimentary laundry rooms, so guests can do it. But we also have on the Symphony and Serenity, we have our Seabreeze suites that have the washer and dryer combo in the suites as well. So they can do that, or their butler can do that for them as well. So launching July 2021 is the Crystal Endeavour, and here's sort of what it looks like. Artist rendition. And when you step inside, you get that sense of space. Now, a lot of people ask me, and they ask you as well, what is expedition cruising, right, Kathleen? So, and you just said it's typically smaller, more intimate ships, adventurous itineraries, but not necessarily. I mean, we do the Antarctic and we do the Arctic, but we have to get from one end to the other. So some of the itineraries are not necessarily considered expedition cruising, and I have some examples as well. Remote bucket list destinations, whether it's West Africa or say Iceland, Greenland, we have those as well. And also flexible itineraries that can be changed on a dime. And that's really in the Antarctic as well. As you know, it's the weather can change, and we need to be able to maneuver, according to the sea life. If we see something that was spotted, we'll go over there and drop the kayaks or drop the Zodiacs, and guests can go out and do that as well. So, and for the onboard experience, we're going to have more of the lectures by, scientists, naturalists. We have our 25 expedition leaders on every voyage as well. So it's really a little bit more personalized for sure than, say, the large ship cruising. And I always like to show this example, typical large ship around Iceland, and then you've got the Crystal Endeavour going around Iceland, hitting destinations that large ships can't get into, like Husavik, Flatley Island. We've got Grimsey Island, and excuse my pronunciation on some of these ports. Lotraberg.
Just thinking to myself, I'm so happy you're saying this part, not me.
It's so difficult sometimes. Lotraberg Cliffs. And, great puffin sightings, although you get those on the east coast of Canada. Some great puffins. But this is sort of gives you an idea of the in-depth cruising that expedition can do. You can see Endeavour ports of call and landing sites 13 versus 8, fjords 8 versus 3, doing some overnights as well. And, are they Arctic Circle crossings, scenic cruising, Zodiac launches, and stuff like that. So it just gives guests an opportunity to choose if they want something more in-depth in that destination as well. So what is the Crystal Endeavour? Well, the guest capacity is 100 suites, 200 guests. It says 199 in brackets because we sail with 199 guests in the Antarctic, because that gets us better placement in the Antarctic for ships that are carrying less than 200 guests. 206 crew members, so guest to staff ratio is 1:1. It's a 20,000-ton vessel, and you can sort of see the draft width and the length. So it's really everything that we have on our larger ocean ships, we've put on in terms of the amenities and the services on the Crystal Endeavour. We'll go over that right now. So again, all your alcohol and non-alcoholic beverages, Michelin-inspired cuisine with our specialty restaurants, Prego and Nobu's Umi Uma. So we have that on board as well. We have a select complimentary shore excursions as well. We also have excursions that guests can pay for, but we do have a select of complimentary excursions. All your water toys are included. So if it's kayaking, snorkeling, jet skiing, those will be complimentary. All butler service suites, so your butler is included. Same with your Wi-Fi, and of course your prepaid gratuities, which we talked about at the beginning. So when you're on this vessel, it's not like you're stuck with one place to eat, because food is very important to many of us.
Yes.
And I mean me. But you can see we've got 8 unique dining venues. Marketplace is sort of like for breakfast and lunch. The bistro is open all day for coffees, light snacks. In the evening, they'll do desserts and chocolates. Waterside is our main restaurant on board, open seating restaurant. Prego is our Italian. Umi Uma and the Sushi Bar is our Japanese restaurant. We have a private dining room called the Vintage Room. That is at an additional cost if guests want to go and do the 8-course meal wine pairing. We have the 24-hour pantry, which is a food outlet that guests can go and we call it the grab and go. You can get specialty sandwiches that are already prepackaged or pastries. We have the pantry on the Esprit, and I think I spoke about it. I loved it.
Yeah.
So because the excursions are included, so you're busy doing 2 excursions. Like on our river, you can do as many excursions as you possibly can in a day. Usually it's just 2 in a day. So you're grabbing like an egg salad sandwich and a croissant and a bottle of water and a cappuccino, and you're going to the bus to catch your excursion. So you can grab all that at the pantry. And then of course, always 24-hour in-suite dining and room service. We don't charge for that, which is great. So great dining venues on board. And when you go a little bit closer, because I do have images because the ship is not out yet. So here's some images. This is the bistro. So I talked about where you can grab stuff, pastries. And here it looks like it's set up for the evening. It's got pastries and cheese and crackers and stuff like that. And that now with the new protocols on board will not be a buffet style. You will go and they'll be able to serve it for you at the table. And then we have the waterside restaurant. So it's open seating. You can have tables for 2, tables for 4. We've made it maneuverable. So, because on expedition vessels, people really interact and meet other guests on board. So if they would need a table for 8 or 6 or 10, we can accommodate that as well. And it is open seating.
Yeah, that looks
And
very
it is
serene. Those colors are gorgeous.
Yeah. Yes, exactly. Because I think the destination in itself is where it's at, and people are really focusing and looking. And also, it's crystal casual, so there's no dress code really on any of our yacht and our expedition because it is a crystal casual. Obviously, no sandals and dinner, and but people sort of get that. But denim, if you wanted to wear denim, absolutely. Even on our large ships, you can wear a nice dark denim jean or a blue denim jean in the evening as well. So just because it's a luxury cruise line doesn't mean it's it's impersonal or it's uncomfortable. A luxury,
it's not stuffy at all.
Yeah, it may be luxurious, but it's also gracious. It's gracious service. It's very comfortable. It's very convenient, especially for us in the Canadian market. We like that.
Yes.
This is Prego, our Italian restaurant, so a specialty Italian restaurant as well. And then, of course, Umi Uma. They've got the sushi bar that's, you can see at the back, facing the water, which is beautiful. And then, of course, the seating there as well. And then we have the Crystal Cove. This is really nice. This is going to be sort of off of the main lobby area, and that is a big LED wall. So we have all these underwater cameras that can project beautiful images, or the cameras from outside. They can project all the images, from outside as you're sitting having a coffee or a cocktail in the afternoon. They'll play some stuff what was done during the day, and so it's spectacular.
Nice.
Yeah, and we'll do some smaller lectures will be done there, and then this is the Crystal Cove Bar as well, and then we've got the Palm Court, whereas most of our lectures will be done from because it can seat more people, but in the evening for some dancing, and this is the really the meet and greet and the heartbeat of the vessel as well. This is the Connoisseur Lounge. So all the names are very consistent to on our large ships and even on our rivers. So the Connoisseur Lounge our smoking lounge is really the only place you can smoke inside all of our vessels, regardless. So we are a non-smoking cruise line. So you can't smoke anywhere, not even in our large vessels. You can't smoke in the casino, anywhere other than on certain areas outside
Mhm.
or here inside. And, just sort of let that know, because I know I realize there are smokers out there as well. And we can do bar service and have coffee in the morning there for the guests that want to have a cigarette and so on.
Mm-hmm.
And then we've got some other lounges. You've got the helicopter lounge, the library and pantry. So off of the pantry is that grab and go thing. We have a beautiful library.
Mm-hmm.
We also have the captain's lounge, which is what I really love. So the captain's lounge is right behind the bridge, and it's got a wall of glass. So the guests can go up there and watch into the bridge, and you'll see they've got a panel, sort of like a mock control panel mirroring of what is being done on the bridge. We've mirrored the panel in the lounge so guests can watch and feel.
Oh, smart.
Look at it. They can't maneuver the vessel, but they can pretend they can.
And
So
that's
I would
smart
love
too.
that. Exactly. So that would be just fantastic. So it's really nice. Any of those nautical people that love that, you can do that as well. Our solarium out in the back. So we did a covered solarium so the pool can be used all year round. So in the Arctic, in the Antarctic, Greenland, Iceland, Northeast Passage, so on and so on. They're able to enjoy the solarium there. And then, of course, we do have a spa, Crystal Life Spa on board as well. Workout facilities, smaller scale, but nonetheless, it's still there for the guests that want that as well. And the mudroom. I love this mudroom. So we have two mudrooms, a port side and a starboard side. And so guests who are staying on the starboard side, the right-hand side of the vessel, they will have their specific mudroom, and that's where they will embark and disembark in Zodiacs. It makes for disembarking faster. If we see a sighting and we want to get guests out on there, it's really quick. They can grab their parka, they can grab their boots, which will be all cleaned, and then they can head from there as well. So it's really quite nice.
Yeah.
So when we go to our accommodation, so they're all suite, all verandas. So the smallest stateroom is around 355 square feet, right up to the largest Explorer suite, which is, almost 1,800 square feet, including the veranda, which is, well, it's 1,290 square feet and just over 750 for the veranda. So we've got something for everybody as well, but to have a lead-in of 355 square feet for expedition is really nice size for people that want that size.
Yep.
So just sort of looking at the decorations, again, bringing the soft tones into the suites. You can see the TVs, and then of course into the bedroom. And then you've got the penthouse suite and then the deluxe suites. So the S1s to S7s, those are the ones that are 355 square feet, gives you an idea. And in every suite, we have what's called a heated cupboard. And a heated cupboard is where guests will put their parkas. And so if they've come off of a morning excursion, they can access a heated cupboard in their stateroom and hang their coat in there. And it can be all nice and warm when they turn around and go back out a half an hour later or 40 minutes later or 10 minutes later if they see something. I'd put all my clothes in this heated cupboard. I don't know about you, Kathleen.
That's a great attention to detail. That's something
It's a great
that's
attention to
unexpected,
detail.
and it's so nice to have. Yeah.
I know. Whoever thought of that deserves a medal. I tell you, that's a great invention. So we have that on all of our suites as well. So the expedition and the destinations you can sort of see here in a map. Me, Kathleen, I love my maps. So I like to sort of see, where everything is, and you can sort of see the Arctic, Antarctic, Northeast Passage. Some of it has changed because we delayed the inaugural due to the pandemic. So our inaugural was supposed to be last August. So we had to delay that, obviously, for obvious reasons, but we're ready to go starting in July. And I also have, and I'll make sure you have everything too, Kathleen. So if anybody is watching and they want to have anything that is in this presentation, I have them in a flyer format as well, or they can always look on crystalcruises.com. But this is for full year, because really Canadians are looking 2022 and beyond. Full year 2022, we've got the cruise calendar to and from, and you can sort of see we're starting really in December of this year for the Antarctic, but you can sort of see where we're going. Then we go over to South Africa and then up to West Africa, and I'll show you a little bit as well. And then you can sort of see right into up north, into Iceland, into Greenland, into Montreal. We've got a Montreal to West Palm Beach.
Oh, wow.
We've got, West Palm Beach to Panama City, which is a nice, really unique, in-depth Bahamas. It does Jamaica, different area in Jamaica. It goes to San Blas in Panama. It goes to Cartagena in Colombia. So you can sort of follow along there as well. And so the Reykjavik, we showed this when I did my comparison. We've actually added a September voyage as well on this, but we're doing 10 nights round trip Reykjavik, which is, great airlift from Canada. I have seen some bookings, but really later on in the August and September departure, the July people are, still in Canada. We're unsure of the travel restrictions coming home, and so we just want to, we're there, and if it works for them when it comes, that's great. If not, we've got 2022 as well. And then we have our 2021 to 2023 Antarctic voyages, and as you can see here, and what's nice with these voyages, which is very standard with the other wonderful colleagues that sell the Antarctic, is our one-night pre-cruise in Buenos Aires, and of course the flight as well from Buenos Aires to Ushuaia. So we've got 11 nights. We've got a 15-night holiday one this year. Then we've got a Falkland, South Georgia, and Antarctic for 19 nights, which is really popular. This one is really popular. I think people tend to like the longer voyages. Going all that way down there, right? So
make the most of it.
Yes, exactly. And then we have a 2-weeker, a 14-night in 2022 on February 15th, as you can see. Then we have a Beyond the Arctic Circle, which is a shorter one, an 11-night one, and then a 15-night, another holiday one in 2022. So that's sort of what we have for our Antarctic moving forward this December and moving forward. Wow. We also have, after the Antarctic in next year, we are heading up in March. We're doing South Africa to the Gold Coast. So it's Cape Town to Ghana, Ghana. And then it continues on, which most people are doing a back-to-back. And always with Crystal, whenever you do a back-to-back, you get a 5% discount off the fare. And it's continuing right into Senegal. And then from Dakar, Senegal, it goes into Malaga. So some people are even doing 3 back-to-back. So they're going from Cape Town right up into Malaga, Spain. So we looked at the expedition cruising. This is sort of maybe is not as much as an expedition. We'll use the Zodiacs and stuff like that. But this is another example. I put this one in because I love this itinerary. So after Malaga, after Dakar to Malaga, we do a Malaga to Bordeaux. And this is a really nice itinerary, I think, because it touches on Morocco. So it leaves Malaga at midnight. So, it's great for flying in. If people fly in the day before, they can board the vessel, and then they can enjoy Malaga that whole day, and a sail away is at midnight. Next day you're in Morocco. And then from that, you have a double overnight in Seville, or Sevilla as the Spanish pronounce it. So you have 3 full days in Seville, which is great. So we sail right into Seville. And then from there, we go to the Algarve, Lagos, which is beautiful in itself. And then we continue to Cascais, which is the neighboring town to Lisbon, which is sort of a resort area. I actually stayed there a few years back. Beautiful beaches and great little squares and food. And then we do an overnight in Lisbon. And then continue up at La Coruña, and then right into Bordeaux, and we do an overnight in Bordeaux. So that's a typical voyage that is a non-expedition voyage. So that's sort of the different, but some guests, 200 guests, some people want something a little bit more different. We're finding that moving forward, people are looking for longer voyages and something very unique. Yes. Maybe not necessarily a bucket list destination, but we've been cooped up. They're looking for something unique. And we get a lot of people that will do a cruise, and then they'll get off in Europe and jump on a river. They'll fly to Vienna and then jump on the Crystal Mozart for a week. Or they'll go over to Croatia and go on the little little yacht. So we can do little combinations like that as well.
Absolutely, yeah.
And just letting you know, our Easy Book, of course, is really becoming a permanent sort of a promotion with us. So basically what it is we've reduced our deposit to 15%, and that's moving right into 2022 and beyond as well, which is really great. We've relaxed the early final payment. We've relaxed, final payment. We've waived any admin fees. So if anybody cancels, if anybody books something this year, and if you cancel 61 days out, it's fully refunded. And in moving forward, 2022 to 2024, if you've canceled just over 4 months prior to departure, everything is fully refundable. So we've sort of relaxed it as much as we can to sort of help, because, there's some hesitations, and with the travel restrictions, we will just want to make sure that there's that ease, sort of the Crystal Confidence ease as well. Just a little update on what we're doing, and this is a really moving target. Even when I was preparing this, I was changing stuff because, as we know, it's no one is really sailing anywhere right now for us, Crystal, anyways. But as of right now, all of guests have to be vaccinated in order to travel on Crystal. Even children, even though there is no vaccine for children, but we're not really sailing anywhere. We don't really have a huge kids clientele. We're taking bookings for children like in 2022 because, things will change. Everything is fluid. As we see in Canada, 18 now and higher, right? So out in Vancouver, that's what just as of this morning. So, and we'll need to obviously provide a proof of vaccination before embarkation. There will be tests as well, but that's also changing. Some destinations don't require tests. Some people require the test prior to coming back to Canada or the US. So Crystal will provide currently on our Bahamas.
Right now, it's
we
hard
will
to
provide
keep up.
that. Yes, because you have to do that test, 2-3 days before arriving into Nassau, before guests disembark and get on a flight. They have to have that. So but that is changing so much. So I guess in that fact, the Canadians just are sitting back and watching and waiting and just sort of seeing moving forward what's happening. So that's sort of what it is on the vaccination front. Of course, all documentations have to be provided in English, which is fine for Canada. It will be English and French. And we're going to have even our crew. We want to have all of our crew vaccinated as well. So it's sort of that's sort of how we are right now. And
that's the rule.
The policy. And then, of course, our Crystal Clean pre-boarding disembarkation. We followed a lot of these. I mean, socially distanced, obviously, because our ocean vessels are larger with a smaller guest capacity. A lot of people are asking, what is the policy on masks? And, but we all have that. We already have the fresh air ventilation. We're constantly have the sanitization stations prior to any lounge or a dining outlet or anything like that, the constant cleaning, contactless dining. We were never really into big buffets, so we never really had a buffet for dinner. So, but for breakfast and lunches we did, or you can go to the dining room, but we will have our wonderful family on board, our crew members who will assist guests up at the buffet for what they need and everything, which they do anyways. They sometimes help, the guests that, are just want help holding their plate. So, that's what it's all about with Crystal. So we want to, provide that service. So we're there. So we're ready to go. And also, I talked about this on the last one, our virtual at home experience. So if guests want to, this is really big with our Crystal Society clientele. So if you sail on Crystal, you become a Crystal Society member. And again, it's sort of like our virtual cruise experience we've been doing for a year. So, Wednesdays is Wellness Wednesdays, or Tuesdays is Pantry Prep. So we tell what we're going to cook on Sundays with John Ashton, our celebrity chef from the UK. So he puts the recipe out on Tuesdays so the guests virtually can go out to their grocery store and pick up the ingredients. Then on Sunday, they cook it with John Ashton. So, and then we always do a drink of the day, and we've done Friday nights at the Galaxy. Galaxy is our main show lounge, and where we've done, a virtual show in the Galaxy Lounge, or from some of our performers who are at home. We had our wonderful duo from Medellin in Colombia that performed in their beautiful backyard, and they put together this show, and it was just amazing. So we sort of are trying to engage the clients that really miss cruising, because it's very important. So
it is, yeah.
And that's it really in a nutshell for that little. I like only concentrating on one brand experience, but that's sort of it for the Crystal Endeavor.
Wow. And she looks like a beautiful ship, just stunning. I love the colors. I love how it's all laid out. And like you said, it's just a small ship and yet big space. So that's correct. Fabulous. Yes. So thank you so much for putting all that together. That's just great. I appreciate you guys so much for doing this week after week. And I can't thank you all enough.
My pleasure. We'll do another one. Maybe, I don't know, have we done River? I don't know. We need to do that too.
Sure. Sounds great to me.
Because we have great solo rates on our Crystal Mozart. We have no single supplements on our Crystal Mozart. So we have 34 suites every week to sell with 0 single supplements. That's great for you have solo travelers out there. It's really selling well. So
yeah, that's super. Yeah. Yes. Well, goodbye, everybody. I hope you have a wonderful week.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you so much for watching this week's cruise chat with Peter from Crystal Cruises. It was phenomenal to see their new ship that they're coming out with and some of the amazing features that they have. I really love that coat warmer or clothes warmer. I think that's going to be really nice when you're doing an Antarctic cruise where it's a little bit cooler and you just want to go out in a nice warm coat. Next week, I'm going to be meeting with Jared from Scenic Cruises, and we're going to be going over some of their fabulous itineraries as well. So make sure you tune in to learn more about that. If you're listening to this on Cruising the Waves podcast, thank you so much for joining in. If you want to see some of the pictures that we commented on that we have, check out our YouTube channel, Plenty of Sunshine Travel on YouTube. And that way you can see some of the pictures that is there. Also, the other way, if you're watching this on YouTube and you'd like to listen to this on the go, feel free to tune into our podcast. We have all of our videos that we have on our cruise chats with just the audio so that you can listen to it on the podcast. So that's Cruising the Waves podcast. If you want to get in on the conversation, come join us on Facebook and Instagram. We post there every day, and just check out some of the conversation that we have there. If you would like any information on this cruise or any of the other ones that we've met with on the past episodes, feel free to reach out to me at info@plentyofsunshinetravel.com. Thank you so much, everybody, and have a great week. Bye.